not sure. Well, Pixie, can you...
It's not working.
Okay, so we got this really cool... Show them the... What's it called? A catacorn?
Yeah, catacorn.
Anyway, I'm going to be showing y'all a painting tonight, but the whole reason the family's here for just a minute is we just want to say the doors are open.
Open!
Paint Party Headquarters! We have been talking about it forever, and a lot of y'all have been wanting to join. So as you get on here, just say hello, tell us where you're from, and Blue is really calm now. He's been real...
He's super... He's been so shaky. He's like, ugh.
He thought we're leaving all day. He knows we're not leaving.
He's been real anxious. Now he's like, let me have it. Let's see if he can try to paint. You want to paint, Blue? He does look really cute with the paintbrush. All right, so anyway, they just wanted to come on and just officially welcome all the new members. Pixie actually started a little board behind us. We have 70 new members, bringing us up to almost 500 members already in Paint Party Headquarters. Woo! So we just first off want to say a huge thank you. All of y'all that are sprinkling the love across Facebook. I'm not going to say the S word. Don't say it. Don't say the S word. Facebook does not like that. And so we just want to say first off, thank you so much. Don't say it.
I don't know what to...
She's trying to say it's not.
I actually tore it more. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to be painting with you here in just a second. But we just wanted to say thank you to all of y'all that have already joined. We are so excited. And then also, after this, I'm going to be doing a live webinar, and we are going to try to stream it into Facebook. We don't know if that's going to work or not, but my family just wanted to say a quick hello.
Look how the catacorn landed.
And that catacorn is creepy. It's very creepy. It's like staring at me. We need to move it. I don't want
to get out of your way.
All right, guys.
Let's go.
All right, they're going to go. Blue's going to go, and we are going to paint. So that cat needs to... That cat is crazy. So Instagram and Facebook, I just want to say everybody out there, thank y'all so much for being here. Here's what I am going to be teaching you tonight. Okay, so for those of y'all that are like, I can't really paint. I'm not that good of a painter. I'm not really sure what's going on. And guys, here's the deal. Before I did this, I made tracers for this. So for those of you in Paint Party Headquarters, you'll get the actual tracer of this, so you don't have to have an exact step-by-step. And so all you have to do is like trace it on there. You'll print them from Paint Party Headquarters, print them out, cut them out, and then literally trace them on here. So super simple. And this is a green drink I've been drinking. It's pretty good, actually. Have y'all ever had these? They're actually pretty decent. I like them. They're like the half sugar. I like the ones with the full sugar better, but these are okay too. All right, so I'm going to use some black first, and we're just going to get a background kind of going here. It doesn't really matter if you do the background or the pumpkins first. I'm just going to kind of get this on here really quick because I know I can use the big brush and get a bunch covered really fast. But when I'm teaching this at a paint party, I actually, like some people would say, oh, just paint the whole background and then paint stuff on top of it. Guys, when you're teaching at a paint party, you have got to be very aware of teaching them step by step. So it's really, really important that you're teaching step by step so that things can dry. Who knows why you want things to dry on time? You may know why. Because it will take you 4 to 5 hours to do a paint party if you don't. So make sure you have things drying on time. So I got these canvases. These are at Michael's right now, 70% off. And, oh, what is going on over there? Oh, Pixie's working on a wig. She's got a wig. I'm going to try to answer questions too. So if y'all have questions, I'm going to see if I can... Oh my gosh, this is your first live. Is anybody new to me? Or all of y'all on here already know who I am? And I guess I should tell y'all. My name's Heidi Easley, and I own Texas Art and Soul and founder of Paint Party Headquarters. And I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties. So if you're new to me and you're wondering what this is all about, well, we only open the doors to Paint Party Headquarters a couple of times a year. And we are at almost 500 members right now. And again, we only open the doors for a few times a year, and you can join. The doors just opened today, and they will close on Thursday at midnight. So if you want to learn marketing, social media, like I teach a ton of stuff in there, in addition to painting tutorials. So if you're a newbie, we have everything from people who are not doing paint parties yet, and they're just getting confident with painting, to people who are currently teaching 10 parties a month. It's crazy. So yeah, we have all levels in there. People who are retired, who are just wanting to teach one party a month, to people who are, maybe they're wanting to teach, 4 or 5 parties a month, or they're just wanting to learn and start to get the feel of all of this greatness going on. Oh great, we have another paint party headquarters sister. Yay! Oh, and thanks for sprinkling the love across Facebook. Oh, I caught myself. Yes, I did it. And so it's pretty cool because every month you're going to be getting really cool stuff. So, and also a lot of y'all have been asking about 2 specific things. I've been getting messages so much about this snowman and so much about this paint party business planner. Both of these are available inside Paint Party Headquarters. So if you are like, I've been wanting that, and this, you can get the E version as soon as you get into Paint Party Headquarters. And then I have the full, this is done by Terry Minton. She was a guest, because I have lots of guests too. It's not just me in there. I have other guest artists, including some of the people in Paint Party Headquarters who are like killing it. And, they're like, yeah, I just made this much money on this thing, and then they'll share their tutorial, which has been kind of exciting to see them share as, oh, bless you.
Sorry.
We have a little allergy girl happening in the house. But Terry Minton, she is an artist who, she did a tutorial for me, and this snowman, so she did it in a very small canvas. And then I ended up taking it and making it into a giant, let me show you. And these are all new members just from today. So as you sign up for Paint Party Headquarters, Pixie's gonna write your name and your state, your name and your state. Well, this one's from Australia. We have Gabrielle from Australia. We have Lena from Arkansas. We have Dorothy from Mississippi. We have people all over the world joining. So this one right here, I did as a bigger version, and she had a smaller version. And then I went ahead and did a wood cutout, which I absolutely love that version. But yeah, as you become a member, you get rights to, not only rights, but you get access to tutorials as well. And that's the cool part, is if you're a beginner painter, you can just follow along with these tutorials, and then it's going to show you step by step. And a lot of people are like, they do this thinking, oh, I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. But then what happens is they start to realize that they're decent at it, because again, paint parties, we're not teaching fine art. We're teaching fun art, and we're teaching beginner paintings. So a lot of times whenever people start this business, they're like, yeah, I'll just do it, for some extra money. But then they realize that, man, there's so many opportunities with it. And the girls in Paint Party Headquarters can attest to that. It's kind of crazy what we've seen. We've had one of our girls, Sarah, she applied for some really cool stuff, and she ended up on the news. I think she ended up winning several thousands of dollars to go towards her business. And it's just crazy. We have so many different stories in there. And I'm going to share a bunch of those at 8 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock, I have a webinar. And if y'all are like, I don't know what a webinar is, it's just a more in-depth training that's going to kind of show you the possibilities of why you should try this, why you should try to teach a paint party, maybe why you should try to teach one paint party a month until Christmas. That's 4 paint parties. Well, September, October, November. Yeah, 4 paint parties. If you taught 4 paint parties between now and Christmas, what that could do for your family, what that could do for your Christmas money, what that could do for maybe a vacation. And then I'm also going to share in that webinar, which I'm going to try to stream live. Guys, techie, like, I'm kind of techie now. I used to not be. But I'm going to try to stream live in that onto Facebook. But if you can't get on, we'll also have a post here in just a little bit. And you can go directly to that post and be able to, I think I only have 100 seats. That's why I'm hoping to be able to stream so that we can make sure everybody that wants to see it can see it. Okay, so I'm just getting the black on here, and then I'm going to start showing you how to shade these pumpkins. How many of y'all have already painted pumpkins? Anybody painted pumpkins this year? Or painted a pumpkin on a canvas? It doesn't have to be an actual pumpkin. Let's see. Okay, let me get that. And the reason I'm putting all of this around is I'm going to do something kind of cool in a minute. We have the moon here, but I've been noticing some trends with the Halloween paintings lately. And so I'm going to add something neat to the sides in a minute. Okay, so we just got the black on there. I'm going to actually spruce that up in a minute, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that here in just a second. Yes, I've painted a few. Oh, great. Hey, Heather. We have another Paint Party Headquarters sister. Hey, Caitlin. Joy says, have done a small canvas pumpkin. Looking forward to your direction. So excited. Oh, Julie, another sister in here. Okay, is it Tanya from Arkansas? And Doreen's on here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to kind of mix some oranges. Now, I love painting pumpkins because you can get really, really crazy and fun and crafty and just do a lot of really cool stuff. So let me go ahead and, let's see. Oh, I forgot one thing. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Share the love. Oh, dang it, I knew I would say it. I always say it. Sprinkle the love. We're going to pick somebody for Happy Meal. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. So sorry, I forgot something. Okay, sorry about that. I just ran away. Let's see, I've been painting for a while. Yeah, the webinar is going to start at 8 o'clock Central. So 8 p.m. Central. It'll take me a minute to get off of here and go get signed in. So 8 p.m. Central, and then that's more of like if you've been really into wanting to know about doing this, but you're just really unsure. That's going to be a great, great time for you to come in, and you'll be able to have we'll have a Q&A session, all of those things. Okay, so I'm going to use Orange Twist. I'm also going to use Jack-o'-lantern Orange. Sometimes just getting all the oranges out here makes it just so much more fun when you see them all. This next one is called Bright Orange, so just a ton of different oranges. So you can see a little bit of variation in the shade. And then this one is a cadmium yellow, and I'm just using Deco Art. And then of course, if anybody has ever painted with me before, I'm using 24 karat gold, which is my favorite to paint if you have not painted with this, you need to do it. And let's see, Instagram, Carrie says, I just did a Halloween paint party. Yay! Oh my gosh, how did it go? How many people did you have? That's the coolest thing, guys, about paint parties is you don't need a zillion paint parties to make money teaching paint parties. And also, it's not always about money. So we were in church today, and the preacher talked about how, just making a commitment to either, whether it's a person who is already of faith or maybe it's just a friend of yours that's not, just making a commitment to, can y'all see that? I want to make sure y'all can see where I'm painting. That's part of the purpose of this. And I'm just going to start with one of the oranges. But just kind of making a commitment to, oh, your mom's trying to call. Hold on. There we go. Pixie, can you tell Daddy that his mom's calling? We have a mother calling on the other line. But yeah, the preacher said basically is, just try to make a commitment to either talk to one person. Maybe you're doing it, once a week. Being a part of someone's life, because what was really cool is a lot of times, we look at church as the building. The church is the building, and that's where it's at. You go to church, you're going to the building. When really, guys, it's about us being the church and how we can go out and, share God's love through art, which is how we're doing this, how we're getting to choose to do this, and how those of you that, are of faith, and love to paint, how you can go out there and do this and actually make extra money for your family. But also, I sent an email earlier today. It's not always just about paint parties. How many of y'all have, taught a paint party, and maybe you're like me where, you want to use it as where you pray for the people before. Brendan, who is helping all of y'all that have been joining today, she's actually praying for each of you. And then we wrote these out so we could start praying for all of y'all that are joining. I posted in Paint Party headquarters before I got on this live, and I said, please just pray for these women that are joining us, because here's the thing. When you try something new, it is terrifying. It is terrifying. It is so scary. And when you are not sure what to do, I talked to one of the ladies in Paint Party headquarters the other day, and she was just overwhelmed. And, she, I don't know how much of this, she would want me to share, but, she was just overwhelmed, and she, was going through kind of a hard time. And a lot of times we look at everything at once, and we can't see anything in front of us because we're just so overwhelmed by everything coming at us. But really, when you just take a deep breath, ask God to show us opportunities, take those moments to really recognize that there's things that are bigger in this world than just what we're trying to do. Just trying to make money. That's not what it's all about. It's not. It's about building relationships. It's about sharing God's love through art. And I just think it's the coolest thing in the world that we get to do something like this in that way. How awesome is that? So we started praying for y'all that are joining Paint Party headquarters. The ladies in Paint Party headquarters are a praying bunch. They started praying for y'all. I'm hoping. I posted probably about 30 minutes before we got on here. And we really want to make a difference. We're at, almost 500 women across the world. Like, this isn't just, Texas. This isn't just in, Alabama. This, even though there's a lot of Alabama people, yay, Alabama people must love doing paint parties. But the coolest part is, like my preacher said, if you could just reach one person and keep talking to that one person and nurturing that relationship, you never have to mention God's name, but they're going to see something different in you. And eventually they're going to want to know why. What is Blue doing? What are y'all doing? Okay, guys.
He stood in the middle. He was like...
So Blue is sitting right here. I guess he feels like he's guarding the paint party space. And I don't know what y'all two fools are up to. What does your mom want?
To say she's sorry.
Did she forget I'm on a live? Oh, what's she apologizing about?
For calling.
Oh.
I scolded her.
Don't scold her. Does she want to go to lunch tomorrow? I'll be hungry. Anyway, the whole point, guys, I'm trying to make is that, there's many ways to share God's love. There's many, many gifts he gives us. And how cool is it to use your gift, which I have hair, all in my painting. Really? I'll pick that up later. How cool is it to use God's gift like this during the most magical time of year, fall and Christmas, when all the paint parties are happening, and actually be able to do something cool like this, make money, and share it with your family. I don't know. I just think it's really awesome. So what I'm doing now, sorry, sometimes if you don't know me yet, sometimes I get in tangents. Just ignore me. Hopefully it's helping somebody. If not, just, tuned to another channel. I don't know. Sometimes I get on tangents and I don't mean to, but I just get very passionate about paint parties. I don't know if you can tell. They've totally changed my life, and I've seen them change other people's lives too. So I get very excited about art and passionate about paint parties and what it can do for your family. So again, I'm just adding some orange here. I'm just going to go right over this crow's claws. And then, oh, good, blue left. I think he was seriously like guarding me. It was really cute. If I could move this camera without it going crazy, I would. All right, so I'm just adding that in. I need some brown. Okay, I'm gonna add a little brown. I want this to get a little bit more crazy before I put the gold on there. And I'm keeping my brush just gross and messy. I'm just gonna add a little bit of brown. And then those of y'all that are new to me, or those of y'all that have been thinking about joining Paint Party Headquarters, now is the time. So the doors will not open to the public. I'm just making it really flat, and then I'm just kind of doing like a parentheses. Nothing major, just a parentheses. Those of y'all that have been thinking, wishing, hoping, wanting to join Paint Party Headquarters but not really sure, the doors are open, y'all, and they will not be open to the public again until May of 2020. I know it is a long time, but here is the reason why. I love, love, love pouring tons of energy, making trainings. I have a training that goes out to them every single Monday, the first 3 Mondays of the month. And then I have, extra surprises. I have, like, for example, we have, which I don't even know if Paint Party Headquarters knows this yet, Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments, who I love. She's a friend of mine. She did a really cute elf painting that is going to be a part of y'all joining. She also done a pumpkin spice latte last month for us. So we have a lot of guests. Christy Hawkins has done a really cool lemonade painting for y'all for summer. Casey Hope from Whatever Letter, who's another friend of mine too. She has done some really cool lettering tutorials. Brandy, she has a really awesome business with, all kinds of marketing. She's done a training for y'all on, I believe she did a Canva training for y'all. So it's not just about me teaching you stuff. I try to get lots of experts. Amanda Hilburn, she's a really great palette artist. Has anybody heard of Amanda Hilburn? If you haven't heard of her yet, she is amazing. She is the one who taught me how to do the wreath, which is somewhere in my house. I must have it hanging up somewhere. Anyway, she is a guest in our Paint Party Headquarters as well, and has given y'all rights to a wreath. So when I have guests, what happens is I make sure with those guests that y'all are allowed to use this as a paint party, which means you're allowed to use it for to make money for your events. And so the guests come in fully knowing that that's what it's used for. So as long as you're a member of Paint Party Headquarters, you have rights to that design. So you're not just coming in with my designs. So some of y'all might be like, okay, Heidi, that's great. I'm excited about all the marketing you're going to teach me. I'm excited about the social media, but I'm not, a huge fan of just your paintings. That's totally fine. And I know that because we all want different things to offer. And so that's why I have guests. So you'll find me teaching that snowman this season. And that's not my design. That's Terry's design that she gave us rights to in Paint Party Headquarters. So the coolest thing is, though, is I live, breathe, eat, sleep marketing. Like, that is my happy place. I love it so much. And I think that's really where I can help you a lot. In addition to giving you that step-by-step that you're going to need whenever you're scared or frustrated, or, I've been in this business a long time. I know the ups and downs. I seriously, I remember one year I had, I made $12,000 within 3 weeks. My husband had been, he had a major back surgery and had to go down to 60% for his income because he had to take off a bunch of time to heal from this really crazy back surgery. Well, I was freaked out because I had just quit my full-time Frisco art teaching job, and here we were moving to a new place. I was going to work part-time and, you know, really pour all of my energy into this business. Well, I was so terrified of failing, and you know, we have failed many, many times. Oh, how much does it cost? It's only $35 a month. You can cancel at any time, but guys, I'm telling you, you can write it off on your taxes, and as much information and rights, I would have killed to been able, not really killed, I'm not that person. I would have died if I would have been, no, I wouldn't have died. What's the right word to say here? I would have like literally been like, oh my gosh, if you will give me all of these shortcuts in a heartbeat, $35. And the reason I charge $35 is I want you to be able to equate it to, $35 is the going rate for a canvas painting, right? $35 for somebody to come in and pay you to do a canvas painting. So if you just do one paint party of 10 people, that's $350 a month. Minus your expenses, you're looking at around $290 profit. And if you're only paying me $35 of that, and it got you there that much faster, in addition to, I am always, I mean, I spend thousands of dollars, almost $1,000 a month just for my online business coaches that I learn and am growing. I am constantly, I mean, I know y'all are probably like, you spend what a month? Yes, I do. And I have been for a long time, for about 6 years now. And so I am constantly learning and growing, and I think $35 a month is seriously like a no-brainer. Just the amount of information, the amount of tutorials, the amount of marketing that you're going to be able to immediately put in place. What I do ask though is that if you join Paint Party Headquarters, please don't join if you're one of those people that you just want to join and then you just want to quit and then try to take a 1.5 years worth of tutorials and use them for life. Like, guys, I'm a very nice person, but really, like, be the customer that you want somebody to be for you, right? So if you're going to charge $35 a person for somebody to come to your paint party, you're going to, you know, want to have them pay you, right? You're going to want to have them come in and, you know, you're going to be awesome to them because they're paying you, and you're also going to be able to, you know, do a good service for them because you're feeding your family with that money, all of those things. But if you're the person who's like trying to get every little thing for free, just know that comes back. It's like it can feel it, you know. If you're that person that, you know, you never want to pay for anything, like you just, oh my gosh, how dare I pay for that? But pay for shortcuts. Oh my gosh. How many of y'all, you know, pay for, like, you know, your lawn to be mowed, or, you know, something like, you pay for shortcuts because you know it helps your life. Well, if you can pay for a shortcut and know that you're going to, you know, be able to book parties way faster, be able to get your money back way faster, or if you're just starting to learn and you just want to be in a community of, you know, praying women who are supporting each other and praying for each other, you know, do that. But anyway, real quick, I'll get back to my fear story, and I'm just kind of blending in some of these lighter oranges just to kind of give it some fun, and then I'm going to add in some golds. And then I'm going to paint the moon and then do some really cool stuff on the side. But guys, so, you know, my husband did that. I was really kind of freaked out. And I just, you know, pushed. I just kept, you know, booking parties, the same way I'm going to teach you. And then I ended up realizing, like, oh my gosh, you know, I made $12,000 in 3 weeks. I was so excited, so, like, just overwhelmed with, like, okay, you know, God's like, yeah, this is going to work. Like, it's not just going to work, it's going to work. But then, Christmas. And I'm like, well, I made that much. Let's buy this. Let's buy that. Oh, yeah, everybody can have this. Like, you know, you just get to this point where sometimes this is where I am very helpful, because I can help you seriously. Like, okay, January is kind of a dead zone. You know, we have certain things I help you with in January that can help your, you know, just kind of get you over. But I am the first to say, like, don't be foolish like me. Don't spend all your money that you made in November and December, because if you do what I'm telling you to do, it's going to be very fun and exciting. But if you spend all your money that you've made in November and December, January is going to be really long, and you're going to be hungry. You're going to be a little hungry, because everybody has just spent all their money on Christmas. And it's hard to all of a sudden have that same momentum when you are in the January time. So I always tell people, like, you know, like this year we have a really cool thing planned. I haven't even told Paint Party headquarters yet, but I have something really cool planned for them to do during January. I also have a guest who is in our group. She may be on here now, so don't tell if you're on here watching. She has something very exciting coming as well, to kind of like give you an alternative to still be able to make money through our creativeness. So I'm using some gold through our creativeness, and I'm gonna walk you through some really cool art projects too. So that way, you know, it's like we're all kind of hibernating together. You know, January is kind of like my hibernation month. I go, you know, really like crazy and teach as many parties as I can between now and December 20th, and that's what I recommend people in my group to do. Or if they're retired and they just want to do a few, you know, one a month. You don't have to do a zillion parties to make great money teaching paint parties. Okay, so I added some gold, just some hay in between there. I'm going to add some gold into the pumpkin. Now, you can also use glitter glue, which I highly recommend each and every one of you always bringing to your paint parties. It doesn't cost that much, and it always makes people happy. When you can like have a painting finished and then smear some glitter glue on it, it's so much fun. Okay, let's see if there's any questions while I'm putting some gold on here. Sorry guys, I have good vision, but I guess I can't see that. Love your idea of pop-ups at your home, from Rita. Yes, Rita is like the queen of pop-ups. Brendan says January is the best time for a trip to Mexico, Heidi. Yeah, I know. I need to go see Brendan in Mexico. That's what we should all do. Paint Party headquarters Mexico trip. That would be so fun. Okay, so I'm adding some gold here. And just kind of and again, if you have not been using metallics in your paint parties, big mistake, people. Metallics, yes, they cost a little bit more, but again, you want people to like have fun. And when you start painting with metallics, it's like a kid playing with glitter. It's just fun. It's just so much fun. Okay, so I'm gonna start painting the moon, and in a second, I'm gonna add some really cool stuff around here. For those of y'all that are just joining, those of y'all that are sprinkling the love across Facebook, we will have Happy Mail for you later. And the reason for this paint party tonight is because we have opened the doors to Paint Party headquarters. We have almost 500 members right now, and those of y'all that are joining, you're going to have access to the Paint Party Business Planner, which is brand new, just created it. And you will also have access to tons of designs. We've been open a year and 4 months, and we are about 500 members strong. So you will have access to pretty much all these paintings you see behind me. And then all of these are new members that just joined today. So as you join, we'll start adding your name. Pixie has been writing your name on there, and we're going to pray for you and pray for your business. And then we'll start adding them on there. Okay, so a moon and a raven, and then I'm going to add some little surprise details here. Let's see. Let's go with a whitish blue. This is what I was looking for. I was like, I know I have this really cool metallic. Okay, this is a matte metallic, and it's a pewter. Okay, so I'm going to do, I don't want to get my business thing on here, so I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so, and those of y'all that are, you know, kind of like on the fence, you're like, yeah, I kind of want to join, but I'm not really sure. Join us at 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m., look how pretty that is. That should make a good moon mixed with some white. At 8 p.m., I'm going to be doing basically kind of like a PowerPoint presentation where I'm going to give a ton of information. I'm going to give you like kind of your first steps for what you need to do. How many of y'all took the challenge? Let me know if you took the challenge. Let's see. Rita says, yay for all the new members. Oh, I just love Rita so much. I get to see her next month. We're going to go dancing. It's going to be so much fun. And her husband too. I need to join. Awesome. Is that Shannon? Shannon, if you need to join, there should be a link. Brendan, if you're on there, if you'll put a link somewhere, she'll put a link. And if you join before midnight tomorrow night, you're gonna get kind of like a fast action, so there was still black on this. I just added some white, and look at how I'm just kind of scrubbing it in and how it's kind of giving it that look. Almost like a real moon. Huh, how convenient is that? I'm gonna paint right over the raven, and then I'll show you how I use the stencil at my paint parties so that you could do this. So if you need to join, go ahead and just click the link that Brendan's gonna give you. And then if you join before midnight tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a meeting link so that you can kind of have like virtual coffee with me on Tuesday, this Tuesday at 10 a.m. And it'll just kind of like answer any of your burning questions. So if you're freaking out and you're like, I want to do this, but I don't have any support at home, and I'm scared everybody's going to roll their eyes when I said I have this, because how many of us have tried more than one business? How many of us have tried more than 2 businesses? How many of us have tried more than 3 businesses? I mean, seriously, like when you're a creative person, all you have to do is go take a shower and you have 400 new business ideas, and you all think they're going to be all successful. Like, I literally have a pie making business written inside my cupboard of where my vitamins are. I don't make any, I don't bake, I don't cook pies, but I had an idea of this pie making business. I mean, that's what we do. And then sometimes, because we're that person, I'm that person, so I can totally relate to you. We have family that sometimes doesn't fully support us because we've had a pie making business idea when we don't cook, right? I don't cook, so why would they think all of a sudden I would start selling pies? It's just how we think. I don't know why we're like that, but we are. So sometimes when we're trying to start something new, we can get that look of, nobody's going to support me. This is just going to be one of our failed ideas. And it can really get to us. But here's what I want to show you, is that right now, especially right now, fall and Christmas, if you just follow the few simple things I'm going to tell you, it's not even hard, just a couple of the things I'm going to tell you, you will be surprised at how, I'm just dabbing, y'all, just dabbing it to make it look like a moon. You will be surprised how fast you can book parties. How fast you can book parties. I want to read to you really quick. Just a couple. I printed these off so I would not forget. But I just wanted to read to you really quick just a couple of. So Susan, one of our members, 55 wood pallets for a prepaid party. 55. Guys, that is not uncommon during this time of year. Somebody do the math. 55 times 35. Let's say you charge the minimum, 35. Which pallet, she's charging at least 40 to 45. So somebody do the math. What does that equal? 55 times 35. How much is that? So tell me if you think that would be worth $35 a month learning some extra stuff. I'm not a math genius, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. Okay, so let's see. We have, this one I can't read. Okay, so Shelly here, she's had 5 paint parties and a total of 91 painters already. Can anybody do that math? 5 parties with 91 painters. Let's say she charged the minimum, $35. $35 times 91, what does that equal? Can somebody do the math? Any math wizards here? I need a calculator, but I don't have my phone because my phone's here. Okay. Teresa, she has 3 events planned and she's getting prepays. And she's like, I don't even know, with exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. She's freaking out because it works, guys. I am a person who does not want to waste time. Like, I hate wasting time. That is like one of my biggest pet peeves, is wasting time. And so when I'm telling you things in Paint Party Headquarters to do, it's not because I'm like, this sounds like something fun, maybe you should try it. No, it is based on results. It is based on my thousands of failures trying to figure this business out for myself. Painting with a Twist has paved the way for people like you and me. Painting with a Twist, Board and Brush, all those things that have come up. And 2007 is when that first started. Now I'm going to take this crow. I just cut it out of poster board, and I'm actually going to basically use my small brush and trace him over this moon. So again, do you have to be an artist to cut out a crow that I give you a tracer for? And then show somebody else how to trace it? No, you don't. You just have to have a passion for loving people and a little bit of organization so that they can come in and do all of this. You don't have to make it crazy difficult. The people who are making it crazy difficult are the ones that aren't able to continue business. But guys, I love Painting with a Twist. I love Board and Brush. I love all of them. And I've gotten so many messages this week that say, there's already that in my town, so I can't do this. I want to challenge you. Why can't you? There's a Painting with a Twist 2 miles from my house that way. There's a Board and Brush almost directly across the street from my neighborhood. And guess what? I teach you a different way to do it. I teach you to not be a sitting duck. And guess what? All of those people, I don't know why I keep saying guess what. That's new. I usually don't say that. And guess what? And guess what? I'm going to try not to say. If I say guess what anymore, call me out. Because I'm not going to say it anymore. Right now, it's no more. No more of that. Because that's weird. What I'm trying to say is they have only been going since 2007, Painting with a Twist. It is all brand new. In the grand scheme of things, it is all brand new. And people are craving time away from their phones, time to create, time to do something with their family, time to make a memory that doesn't just involve going to the movies and not talking to each other. They are craving it. And how cool is it that we get to be the person that helps give this to them? So when people tell me and they send me messages and they say, but I can't because I have a Painting with a Twist, I'm like, I have one too. I also have a Board and Brush. I also live close to places. There's also other people in Paint Party headquarters that are in my town. And I love that. We are not competition. There is enough out there for everyone. I don't need every paint party in town to pay my mortgage. I don't need every paint party in town to provide some groceries or an awesome Christmas for my family. I just need a few. And if I can't find them in my town, I don't mind driving an hour. I just need a few. And I think that's where the difference is when you start to stop, take a deep breath, pray for God to show you opportunities, which is what I do every single time I look at my calendar and it's bare. And I'm like, well, we're about to get hungry. I go, okay, God, show me opportunities. And then I do exactly what I teach the girls in Paint Party headquarters to do. And I'm going to be showing you that exact step in the webinar at 8 o'clock. But it's the exact same thing. The exact thing. Oh, we have some questions. Why, thank you. He's still got his top hat on. You want to come show me my husband? This is my husband. He's the weird, well, I don't know. We're both weird.
I'm the weirdo
The weirdo.
You tolerate?
No, it's not it's marriage is like an endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and it's a quote. So I don't know where it came from. It says marriage is like an endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo. And I'm like, he's the weirdo, and then I'm like, I don't know, maybe we're both. I think it's a little bit of
Yeah, that's okay. It works.
it's a little bit of both. But he brought some questions, so I'm going to read these and answer these to you. Okay, thank you, honey. Okay, it says, how are we on time? Does anybody have a time? Because I got to finish at 7:30 so I can get ready for the webinar training. Okay, so let's see. Is the 8 p.m. only open to members? No. Devon, the 8 p.m. is open to anybody. Tonight, that is me teaching you and sharing with you. So if you've been thinking like maybe I should do a paint party, but I'm not really sure how to start. I'm not really sure if this is for me. Then, oh, who said that? Oh, aloha, Michelle. You both are so beautiful. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. If you're like, I really want to do this, but I'm not really sure, that 8 p.m. is for you. Now, we only have 100 spots, and we've had, I think, almost 800 people sign up saying they're wanting to come to that, which I know not all 800 will show up. But we are going to try to stream it into Facebook. I have never done that before, so please give me some grace if I don't get it right. 14 minutes. Okay, good. Thank you, honey. But yes, you definitely should be there. So if you're like listening to me and you're like, this sounds great, but I'm not really sure, then come to the webinar at 8 p.m. So I'll be actually showing you a PowerPoint. I won't be painting. I'll be showing you a PowerPoint, showing you some like real stats, some real facts on why this is really a great thing. And guys, just so you know, this is not a franchise. It's $35 a month. People have asked me before to do a franchise. I refuse. I don't want to do a franchise. I want to teach you how to be your own boss. I want to teach you how to own your own business so that if you need to change it up, you can at any moment. There are no restrictions. You're just paying me $35 a month so that I can give you tutorials, I can give you marketing hacks, I can give you social media hacks. We have a prayer and gratitude meeting so that I can mentor you. I hold your hand and mentor you. And there's no like, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. Of course, I'm going to show, if you ask a question, I'm going to give you honest feedback on what works and what doesn't work, because again, I've made a zillion mistakes, but it is not like you're getting into a franchise. You can cancel at any time. But I do, like, in your gut if this is something that you've been thinking about. Like, it's not like you're watching and you're like, like you either know, you're like, yes, I want to do this, or you're like, this ain't for me. Like it's not a like, kinda, like I remember standing in the kitchen with my husband and I was an art teacher. I was an art teacher for 10 years, and I'm going to get to these questions. And I just felt so guilty for wanting to quit teaching because I'd prayed since I was 14 to become an art teacher, and here I am in the best school district, and I have the best art room, I have a window, just so excited, like with everything I could ever ask for, and now I wanted to quit and teach paint parties full time. And I remember feeling so guilty about that. And then one day, I was letting all of my 5th graders out. I had done an art club with them in the mornings on Fridays. And I was letting them out that morning to get to class. And I was standing in the hallway of my art room. And all of a sudden, it just hit me. It was like God said, like, you've done that dream. Like, you've created that dream. You've made that dream happen. Now you can dream something else. Not that, teaching was bad or teaching, I still teach just in a different way. But it was almost like God was like saying, it's okay, Heidi, you've mastered this dream, you've created this dream, now you can do something else. And it just made me realize like our life is made in these chapters. It's not like once we choose one way, we're that way forever. So if you, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I want to, start teaching paint parties, but I don't want to be known for paint parties forever. Guys, that's not what it's about. It's about maybe this is a time in your life where you're going to spend the next 3 or 4 months making some good money to have a cool vacation with your family. Maybe it's about, getting to know some new paint party headquarters sisters and praying, over your business, putting God first in your business, in your life. I cannot take credit for what God has done in this business. I was telling Pixie, my daughter, I was looking at, all the people who joined today as she was writing these numbers down. And I said, oh my gosh. I was like, my goal, my human goal was to have 500 members in Paint Party Headquarters by December of 2020. That was my thoughts and my dreams. And now we are at almost 500 members, like a year and a half earlier than I could ever imagine. Like that's how God works. He makes these, we have these dreams, we have these goals, but if we just give it to Him, like who knows what can happen? Try scheduling a party. There was one lady in our thing that said, I just posted it and, put the link for the prepays, which I am all about prepays. And I teach very, very much on that in Paint Party Headquarters. But I'm all about, because people are nervous. What if nobody comes? Well, guess what? If you do it the way I'm telling you, you don't have to be sitting at a place embarrassed hoping somebody will come. Because you'll know way beforehand if you're canceling that event or if the event has made, because people have already paid you for that event. And so it's just, I just can't imagine You know, like sometimes we think that things will happen or they won't happen. But if we just let God, you know, let him be the beginning of this, you know, let him be all in with us. Let him carry us through. You know, I unapologetically talk about God in Paint Party headquarters. Unapologetically. I'm going to get emotional because I know that that is what is making my paint party business successful. I know that that's what's helping these women be successful is because we are going to be frustrated. We are human. We're going to be confused. We're going to have days that suck. We're going to have times that are bad. We're going to have paint parties that cancel. We're going to have paint parties that are hugely successful. We're going to have paint parties that we're like, I totally screwed up on that one. I can't believe I spilled paint all over that lady's beautiful dress. You know, we're going to have those moments. But if we always remember to put God first, if we always remember that at the end of the day, it's about sharing God's love through art, really, that's what it's about. You know, like I wrap it back around to what the preacher said at church today when he said, you know, if you could just, you know, mentor to one person, well, what if, you know, you do it as a paint and praise and you know, like some of the members in our group have actually shared their, you know, their story at their paint parties. You know, and now you possibly are mentoring more than one. You know, maybe you're talking about something cool that's happening and you get to share what God's done for you on a bigger scale. I mean, guys, I just can't tell you like what's going to happen in your life if you start teaching paint parties. But what I do know is that when we use the talents God gave us, when we use the talents that he's provided for us, something good has to come of it. You know, when we use and be obedient, you know, my word this year is obedience. And I truly feel like whenever we're obedient and we just do what he's telling us in our gut to do, things happen. And they happen way faster than we could imagine. You know, some of y'all that took the challenge have literally already booked parties. I had an email with a girl, like I thought she was going to hyperventilate through the message. She was like, Heidi, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? It worked. I sent the message. I was so scared. I did it. And now they're wanting to talk. What do I say? And I'm like, breathe. Just breathe. First breathe. And congratulations for being brave. You know, if you're still on this Facebook Live with me tonight, you're curious. You're wondering. Or maybe you just really like this painting. Do y'all like this painting? It's a fun one. I'm making stripes. It's a fun one. But maybe you're curious. Maybe you're thinking like, hey, I am the crafty person. You know, a lot of times it's not the fine artist that is really successful at this business. If you've noticed around me and on my walls, I'm not really a fine artist. I like really bright, colorful, fun things. I like to paint big. I like to paint bright. And those are the people that, you know, are the ones that are not super fine artists are the ones that are really succeeding at this. Because they're not trying to make it like an art lesson. They're turning it into something that beginners can do. And again, when you remember that it's about having a paint party, throwing a paint party, you're not teaching a fine art lesson. You're throwing a paint party, then it changes everything. Oh my gosh, I forgot to answer those questions. Okay, I get so excited, y'all. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me answer. Okay, Elizabeth says, will the webinar be recorded? I'm going to try to stay awake, but before 3, oh my gosh, but I'm up before 3 a.m. for my job, so most nights I have to prop my eyelids open. Elizabeth, go to bed right now. Go to bed. I will record it and I will email it to you. Everybody, I'll just email it to everybody. So if you missed the webinar, I will email it to you. Just make sure if you're thinking of joining, join before midnight tomorrow because you will have the extra bonus call with me on Tuesday, and it's kind of like a coffee and we'll just talk. Joanna says, can you put the webinar on YouTube so we can rewatch it? And yes, Brendan, don't let me forget that. Brendan is really great about doing that. Brendan, if y'all don't know why I keep saying Brendan, she is like my right hand. She helps with everything. So when you get into Paint Party headquarters, she's the one that keeps everything moving because, you know, as creative types, we can just be like, oh, now I want to go make pies, you know? So she keeps me making sure I'm doing the right thing. Thank you, Brendan. The next thing, Jeanette says, when you do a party, how long do they take? Anywhere from 2, well, kids parties, sometimes they can be as short as an hour. I teach at Chick-fil-A a lot, and they're about an hour. I love the stripes. Do y'all love the stripes? Those are making me so happy. They're in the 24 karat gold. They're making me so happy, by the way. And Paint Party Headquarters, I will make sure to create a tutorial for this for you and tracers for you. So thank you, all of y'all in Paint Party Headquarters that are watching. Don't worry, I'll have full tutorials and tracers for you to use for this. Just give me a week. Just give me a week and I'll have it for you. Okay, so around an hour for kids, 2 hours for kids sometimes, depending on what it is. And then also 2.5, I'd say 2 to 3 hours for ladies events, depending on what kind you're doing. Let's see, do they come to you or you go to them? I teach you how to go to them. And there are a bunch of different ways I teach you how to do that in Paint Party Headquarters. I do not personally, I've had a couple of things at my house. I don't personally love doing things at my house. Debbie loves the stripes. Yes. Linda loves the stripes. Yes, I love the stripes too. They're so cute. So yeah, I don't personally like people being in my, honestly, until this house, I mean, we had a very small 800 square foot house running a full-time paint party business out of it. So my kitchen table was my art studio. So yeah, for those few years we ate on the couch. I know, definitely not getting a mom award for that. Okay, so do you supply everything? Paints, brushes, canvases? Yes. So when they pay their $35, I have everything. I want them to come in and just enjoy and have fun. And then I teach you how to get those at discounts and also other things. Charlotte says, what are the color papers behind Heidi? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. These are all brand new members of Paint Party Headquarters. So we have Dorothy from Mississippi, Beverly from Florida. So what we're doing is we are praying for each of you as you join. And Paint Party Headquarters ladies are also praying for you as you join, because again, we are all about putting God first and knowing that we're growing and we're learning and we're trying. I mean, we're not perfect. We're human and we make mistakes, but we always try to put God first in our business. So what we're doing is, as people join this week, Pixie's going to write your name on here. We're just going to keep adding and keep adding. So we know Deborah from South Carolina, welcome. We have Sherry from Arkansas, Terry from Illinois. We have Michelle from Arizona, Yvette from Canada. Awesome. We have some Canadians here. Another Melissa from Canada. We have Helen from Tennessee, Kelsey from Arizona. Delicia, so sorry if I'm messing up your name. From Texas, Shanna from Alabama. It just goes on and on. So what we'll do is we will just keep adding all week as that happens. And then we're going to be praying for y'all. And here's how it works, guys. When you click the link to join, you're going to be sent an email immediately. Now, if you don't see it, what happens all the time, it goes into spam or promo folder. You've got to go to spam or promo folder and grab it and drag it to your inbox. Brendan and myself and probably a couple of other people on my team are going to be approving you into the Facebook group on Friday, September 20th. Don't worry. In the meantime, you're going to get an email tomorrow. So if you sign up today, you'll get another email tomorrow that is going to give you access to my entire Paint Party Backstage Pass course, which has 6 different training modules. It's going to get you hitting the ground running. Then on September 20th, you're going to be able to be all let in at the same time so that you have access to everything. And you're going to be blown away. I don't want you to be overwhelmed, but you will be. But I'm going to teach you how to not be overwhelmed. And then the last question here, Jeanette says, I like to paint for myself. I'm not great. Would it be crazy to join and not have parties, but just use it as painting classes for myself? I live in West Texas and I'm 45 minutes from Del Rio, so I really don't know if it would go over out there. Jeanette, we have several people that are just in there learning the tutorials right now that have not taught a paint party yet. They're growing, they're learning, they're a part of the sisterhood, and that is totally fine. Jeanette, I would be honored if you would just join us for that. So every month you'll for sure get at least one painting tutorial, but the greatest thing is when you join a group like this, am I late? I gotta go to the webinar. Almost done. when you join a group like this, I want you to know that a lot of times people think they join and that they're like, everybody who's joining is beginner. That is so untrue. And what I like to say is, like, we have this collective wisdom of the paint party ladies. And the coolest part is you'll have people like Janet who's just wanting to paint, all the way to people who are doing 10 parties a month. And the coolest thing is we'll have, like Leanne, for example, who, made so much money doing these awesome, awesome things, which I'm not going to tell you because it's in Paint Party headquarters. And she had over 500 and something tickets sold in just over 30 days. It was insane. So guess what? I asked Lynette, not Lynette, Lynette's my best friend. She's coming this week. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of her. I asked Leanne, I said, hey, would you mind doing a tutorial? And she said, sure. Oh my gosh, I said, guess what? You're supposed to call me out if I say that again. I'm not supposed to say that. But anyway, what I wanted to wrap up with is when people are doing something really great, they're very giving. And so Leanne not only, was really great with sharing, but she shared a whole tutorial. And now there's women all over the country / world doing the same thing that Leanne is doing because we're sharing all of this wisdom. So a lot of times we can be naive to think, well, if they're brand new to painting or they're brand new to paint parties. That is not true. Sometimes people just need their paint parties revived. Sometimes they just need new marketing techniques. There's people that join just to get my social media techniques because marketing is 90% of this business. And I am so, so excited to help y'all. So if you want to learn more, I'm going to try to stream it into Facebook. So hopefully you'll see me on here again at 8 Central. If not, check a post. I have a post going out that will give you the direct link to join via Zoom. And then I'm going to go through a whole presentation and just kind of show you the possibilities. Again, I would love to help you. We're at about 500 members right now. And guys, I just can't wait to help you. I cannot wait to see what God's going to do in your business over the next few months, possibly years. You just never know where this paint party adventure will lead you. And I'm here to hold your hand. All right, guys, I hope you like the painting. Let me know if you do. And I'll be giving one person Happy Meal for sharing, so thanks for sharing. And then I'll see some of y'all in a little bit. Oh, and don't forget, you'll get this as part of Paint Party headquarters as well, the e-version, and then you'll also have access to buy the printed version. And this is not available anywhere else. It's brand new. I don't even think I've never even seen one. I created it out of a need for myself. So now it's for y'all. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a good night, and I'll see some of y'all in the webinar. All right, see you later. Bye, guys.